How is it going, YouTube? Scott the Mass Nerder here, bringing you my delayed calls for Noshar Canals. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I usually just refer to it as the canals, but I'm going to start off this video, how I start off all these videos, letting you know that if you are interested in contributing or seeing the images before I make the YouTube video, you can simply follow me on my photobucket, which will be linked in the description, or on Twitter or on Facebook when I'll announce when I put the images on photobucket. They're both in the description as well. You can look at that, you can help me edit them, and then I'll give you credit when the video comes out. And this time I'd like to thank xstickboy8, as he's one of the people who helped me on these callouts. And now that that is out of the way, we'll move on to telling you about the callouts. Now remember, I'm not actually going to sit and name every single one or read them all. They're there, you can look at them. I just want to give you the few basics, any confusing things, and let you know how we use them. So, as you'll see, this area is popular. This is for Rush, this is for Conquest, this is for Squad Rush, this is Squad Deathmatch, and Team Deathmatch. Everything is here. The most popular side is going to be on your right there by number 1, center containers. We're not going to go through and name all those containers in there, all the places they can hide. You should probably try to avoid going in there unless you have a shotgun or you're really feeling confident. But a good thing to note is which side of that they're on. So you see the barges is on the right near the canal. You make sure you know canal side or barge side. On the left we have the warehouses. As we go down by the warehouses, we also have the construction over there. And B here, the big B on your screen, is for Conquest, Rush, and Squad Rush. So we always refer to those sheds, Bravo sheds, even though there's multiple ones there. Everything else is pretty easy to follow here, but just getting an idea of, how you can name left and right rather than saying left and right, using the canal, using warehouses, using the railroad. Orient yourself that way, it will really help out your team. So let's move into Zone 2, which is Trainyard. This is also involved in Squad Rush and Conquest and Rush, so it's still a pretty active area, and you'll be able to continue right up from the last call one here. We can still see on this image, you can still see the railroad on the top left. So as we move in, we got the train office, that's just near the railroad. You can call it railroad office, train office, just because there's some trains sitting right out in front of it. And then we have number 4 right near Bravo, train tin roof. I used to call those overhead, but we started calling them tin roof now, and just because there's no walls, it's just a tin roof, and we say train because it's over in this area. Also have the train garage and the Charlie garage, 2 different garages. Charlie flag is not always there in every game mode, but we remember it's there and we just refer to it as Charlie garage. So now we can move over into Zone 3, runway approach. And from here on, we're only dealing with Rush. So we usually don't focus too hard on callouts in Rush. Because Rush is a pretty linear game, you can assume most cases, defender side, attacker side, and it can go well like that. We still do take the time to name some stuff here. So you'll see we have 2 different roads. The one on the left is Desert Street. The one on the right is Canal Street. And then you see the canal still there. Still use that for directional. But we also, instead of just saying Desert Street, as it does not go all the way down, we have number 2, Desert Side. And that's just referring, we have attacker, we have defender, we have canals, and we have desert. Helps you orientate if you don't remember north, south, east, west. And then you'll see in this area, we have another tin roof, number 12. And because this is Rush, it's only in Rush and we're only here, we're not generally in 2 zones at the same time. We don't have to spend the time to name this anything different to differentiate it from the last tin roof. And then we just have a few more buildings over there you can look over. Double shed is actually a single shed, but because it's right next to the double stack, that's how we name that one. And let's move into Zone 4, Airfield Outskirts. Now we're getting to a pretty open map. It's a lot of desert here, there's not much going on. Also, this image, if you look at A, it doesn't really show everything that's there when you do play it in Rush, but still, it's a pretty open map, so there's not too many places for them to hide, except for these rocks, but naming every single rock would be really hard. So we name a few ones that are sort of bigger ones, but here's just some stuff going on. You can see we're still using the same sides. We move down those rocks near the canal. We just call them canal rocks. You can say defender side canal rocks or attacker side canal rock, just to help orient how far down they are. But let's move into the last zone, which is Zone 5, the airfield. Remember everything here? Instead of desert side, we sort of move to the runway, because that's also another call out. Sometimes people are laying prone on the runway. You'll see here we did name 2 rocks right near the rock fence in front of A. We have attacker rock and defender rock. Just because it's so close to the objective, sometimes people will be around that rock, and it's good to know. Over by Bravo, it's just a trailer, so there's not really much to name there. We still have the canal rocks. And then there's a tower here, and we just usually call those towers scout towers. If there's multiple ones that really see action, we differentiate them like that. This time it's the only one there, so you can name it like that. And you'll see here again, there's not much to do. So that is it for these callouts. I tried to go quick. I don't want to drag these videos out too long. But hopefully that still gives you enough information that you could look at these maps and you could tell your friends to look at them, and you'll be good to go and you'll be very effective in game. Again, I am sorry this video came out a little later than usual, but I hope you enjoyed the last video. Or if you happen to miss the last video, it's one of the few times I really just sat down and didn't talk about tactics, I didn't talk about video games, I just sat and talked a little bit. It should be on your screen in the top right. I think it's a pretty good video. I had fun making it. I think you guys might be interested in some of the things that I'll be able to do and with you guys, for you guys. Also, on the bottom left is going to be a video I did not too long ago. It's Roles of the Engineer Kit Part 1. A lot of people gave me a lot of good feedback. I've heard a lot of good feedback about all the roles videos, but this one I've heard is the best, so I'd like you guys to check it out and tell me if you agree or disagree. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the calls and they come in handy, and I hope you enjoy the beginning of 2012. Have a good one, ladies and gents.